Welcome to the regular monthly meeting of the East Montgomery County Improvement District Board of Directors. Today is Thursday, July the 14th, and we always begin with a prayer and pledge. If you please stand, I will lead the prayer and ask Director Rogers to lead us in the pledges.
Heavenly Father, we thank you for this day and for all of the many blessings that you bestow upon us each and every day. As we go forward into this new season, Lord, I ask you to keep us focused on our mission and lead, guide us, and direct us into making the best decisions we can for the community that we represent. I ask you, Lord, for your hand of protection upon all of our firefighters, our police officers, our military, and all other first responders. Keep them safe from harm so that they may return home to their families at the end of their shift. I ask, Lord, for an extra blessing on the families of these people so that they will, because they allow their loved ones to do what you've called them to do. I pray, Lord, for our leaders. I pray that they would turn to you, seek your wisdom and your guidance. And I ask all of these things in Jesus' name. Amen.
Please join me in the pledge. I
pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Honor the Texas flag. I pledge allegiance to the Texans, one state, under God, one and indivisible.
I forgot something I wanted to ask to thank the Lord for is the return of Martin and his continued healing, and pray that he keeps him covered and for complete and total healing. Welcome back. We've missed you.
Thank you.
Okay, the first thing we're going to do this evening is we have some checks to present, and we'll call you up each at the time. We'll meet over here. The first one is going to be to Mission Northeast. This is a grant for $4,523. You want to tell those? Okay, so Kay, you'll meet us over here.
Thank you.
Thank you, Kelly.
Thank you.
So,
additionally, just so you guys are aware, when we talked, our board went through the grant process. In addition to what the improvement district provided for you all, each board member has also donated a fan and a set of towels. You said those were your all's greatest needs.
Yeah, thank you.
So on the card over here, you've got a fan and a set of towels from each board member as well. So just so you know.
Y'all are just
Okay.
great. Thank you so much.
Ready?
I appreciate
Thank
you
you.
all very
Appreciate
much.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thanks for all y'all do.
Before we go on to our next item on the agenda, I would like to just let everybody know that Director Carlisle is not here this evening. He is in Dallas attending the memorial and funerals of the 5 slain police officers on behalf of East Montgomery County. So I just wanted to let you know. The next item is to consider comments from members of the audience, and I don't believe we have anybody signed up. Okay. The next thing is to recognition of previous director, Mr. Isidore Bear. Would you please meet us over here? All right.
So we got a couple of things for our previous board member. Has been here a day or two. I'm going with the plaque says 18 years. I don't know, but 18 years is a long time. We got a book here with a bunch of pictures. So some of you that have been around a while, there's probably some younger pictures of you in here. So as well as with Isidore. So it's kind of an interesting book to flip through. When we have some cake, kind of take a look through here and kind of see some things. Additionally, we got a plaque here. It reads, Isidore Ybarra, Board of Directors, in grateful appreciation of 18 years of untiring service and loyalty, friendship, leadership, and kindness. You always be remembered. East Montgomery County Improvement District, 1998 to 2016. And also we listed other community service activities. And these include the following: certificate of recognition from the Texas House of Representatives, a certificate of recognition from the Texas Senate, Community Builder Award for Masonic Lodge number 1418, Community Development Block Grant Program, first lifetime member of the Community Chamber of Commerce, Houston Livestock Show and Rodeo, Leadership East Montgomery County Inaugural Class, Montgomery County Industrial Board, Montgomery County Special Lane Commission, New Caney ISD Advisory Board, New Caney Splendora Go Texan Committee, past president of the Community Chamber of Commerce, past president of Concerned Citizens, past president of the Houston Mexican Chamber of Commerce, president of the Twin City Lions Club, Sam D. Crawford Masonic Lodge, Star Award from the New Caney District, treasurer of the East Montgomery County Economic Development Corporation, treasurer for the East Montgomery County Scholarship Foundation, U.S. House of Representatives Commendation, U.S. Representative Kevin Brady, Military Academy Review Board, and vice chairman of East Montgomery County Improvement District. And Brenda, I'll let you present that to Isidore for his time that he's helped us with the Improvement District.
Thank you so much. Really? You had it done? That would be easier. You say that you had that done.
Ready? Yes. 3, 2, 1. 3, 2, 1. 1, 2, 3.
Take my wall.
Our attorney, our accountant, and the board members that are here to continue the good work they've been doing, and of course Suzanne Farmer that guided us and helped us through those hard years of the learning experience that we all learned from. And of course my wife that gave me the time to be here. Thank you, Fred. The gray hair didn't come in.
But I was in your bill.
Thank y'all very much. Appreciate it. She told me to say that.
We're gonna start, reconvene the meeting. The next on our agenda is to consider election of officers of the Board of Directors.
Madam Chairman, well, I know that we want you for our chair. And several, I think, have commented that this year has worked so smoothly just to adopt the slate of officers as is. So that would be my motion.
Okay. Is there a second?
I'll second that.
Second. Thank you. Okay. Is there any discussion?
That's to keep all the officers like we have them right now.
All in favor? Motion passes. Thank you. I've been honored to serve, and I am very happy to continue serving. Thank you. The next item is going to be the approval of our minutes from the previous Board of Directors meeting from June the 9th. We're going to defer this. There are some corrections that need to be made, so we will make the corrections and revisit this at the next meeting. So moving on, the bookkeeping report, Ms. Kay. Good afternoon.
Good cake.
Yes, good cake.
Okay, all of you should have received your first report, the original report, and this today is a supplemental report of that report. There aren't very many changes. If you will turn over to page 2, you'll see your account balances. You have a total in your operating fund of $7,476,6391. Your capital projects, $95,454,65. In the debt service, $1,081,291.84. And in your debt service reserve, $1,034,662.64. Account, $38,270.72 for a total all funds of $9,725,743.76. The only change on the CDs, we had one CD mature. Plain State CD matured on the 7th, and Third Coast Bank CD was purchased for the same amount. If you turn over to page 5, you see the interest from the Plain State CD is posted. And on page 6 is your cash flow. From your first report, you had a balance forward of $612,812.92. You have $3,029.21 in receipts. Disbursements totaling $193,869.98, leaving $421,972.15 in that checking account. The rest of the report is unchanged, other than a few things on the budget that would have been for June. And this is the last report for this year that ended June 30th, 2016. If there's any questions, I'll be happy to answer.
Anybody have any questions for
On
this?
the item.
Okay, if not, then we would need a motion to accept.
I make a motion we accept.
Okay, we've got a motion by Director Pearson and a second by Director Zepeda. Any discussion? All in favor? Thank you, motion passes. The next item is announcements. Anybody has any announcements? Okay, if not, then we will recess to executive session to discuss real property matters pursuant to section 551.072 Texas Government Code, pending or contemplated litigation pursuant to section 551.071 Texas Government Code, matters in which the duty of the attorney to the district under the Texas Disciplinary Rules of Professional Conduct of the State Bar of Texas clearly conflict with chapter 551 Texas Government Code pursuant to section 551.071 Texas Government Code, and economic development negotiations pursuant to section 551.087 Texas Government Code. And so we are recessed at 6:55. Okay, we are back in session at 8:13.
It's like a tour round.
The next item on our agenda is to consider status of the development of the district's 12.85 acre site, including the construction of improvements, et cetera.
Just on number 8, just so you're up to date, if you haven't walked out in the parking lot, there's a site for you to see out there. It's not as much of a site as we used to have, but you can see the TxDOT portion where the parking lot has been taken by TxDOT, and then the portion of the parking lot that we're left with, definitely posing some serious challenges for us handling events in the building, and then just functioning with the college, particularly once they start classes this fall. We're going to have some true challenges in regards to parking, so just so you know. So we're working through those issues and looking at ways and resolutions of how to get that resolved. But the garage it has been torn down, and then also the pavement has all been torn up to that point. I do know that they're also looking by the end of July to look at some fencing or screening around the lake. They now own that portion, so we may end up with a chain link fence or some type of fencing around the lake, which we would not prefer, but that is the discussion at this point, just so you know. So if you happen to see a fence out there, it is owned by the state of Texas, so just so you're aware before that happens. So that's where we are.
Is it the whole lake or just the far end?
The portion on this end,
It kind of cuts off.
yeah, and their biggest issue, and I had a real problem to put a chain link fence out there. I mean, that's not the image or the view that we want of East Montgomery County. However, the state of Texas has some real concerns about liability. It's their property. If a child were to fall in the lake, et cetera, et cetera. So they're looking at some fencing options, and none of them sounded very palatable to me, nor the image that we want to portray for East Montgomery County. So that's where we are right now. Right.
Will they take over the entrance?
No, we have an easement. That entrance will remain open, and that's an easement access that we have for this piece. Is that not correct?
I don't think we have any.
No, I think this piece should stay open.
Yeah, it should stay open. I don't think we have any legal right on
I think
We'll see.
yeah. I think it'll stay open for us to utilize. So.
Frank, have you been out the Grand Parkway lately? I mean, I went out there, I don't know, a week or so ago, just riding. Man, they had spent some money on some chain link fencing out there, man.
Oh, absolutely.
Payment ponds and stuff.
Yep.
So they're pretty serious about liability.
Yeah. Yeah.
Are they taking any of the pond?
Yes, they have the corner of the lake that's out. If you go out the college wing, that piece of the lake that cuts across there is actually owned by the state of Texas.
Are they filling it in?
They are in discussions daily between TxDOT and Zachary about what they're going to do with that piece, whether it's going to be filled in or whether it's going to remain, and they just fence it. So At this point, I haven't heard a final resolution of what they're gonna be doing.
If they do, the pond was built to the size because of requirements for retention that the county put on us. Are we gonna have to enlarge the retention pond in a different area to keep it stay the same size?
Not at this point, only if there was additional development, such as we develop on the other tract of land that we have down here, then we would need to maybe add some detention, but at this point, we do not have to add it back.
Right, we're losing an entire site. This site over here, this is the fourth site,
Right.
by the school, by the college. So that one's gone, so we don't need detention for that anymore.
Okay.
So what they're
There
taking,
were originally 5, I think.
four
4?
corners, yeah, four, and one of them's gonna be gone now for sure. So, what they're taking may be less than, what was allocated to that
Yeah.
site, so we'll probably find.
How many parking spaces, and will we have remaining?
Oh my goodness.
Very few.
Um,
I'm asking because the college is moving probably a daytime, it's probably a daytime fire science program.
I will get you a number tomorrow.
Tomorrow.
I do not know exactly what we're left with right now. We have some that we're using, just a staging area just to accommodate our transition right now, but I'll get you an exact number tomorrow, okay? Should know that, but I don't.
That was in the trial.
I know it, it didn't,
Out there where they dug up.
sorry,
Out there where they dug up all the concrete.
yes.
Are they gonna put grass and sod back
Yeah.
there?
Mhm.
Are they gonna fence that also? Are they gonna fence that around our property?
No, the fencing discussion came up 2 or 3 days ago, and that was just related to liability with the lake, so.
You can't park on state grass.
I did not say that, Leonard. Did not say that, but,
So really, we ain't lost the parking lot, we just gained the field.
I would say there's a field there for you to enjoy in view, but not park on, since it's not our property. I would go with that.
Yeah, but if I come down here to an event and I ain't got no place to park, then I guess I have to park wherever I can.
Try not to knock down the trees.
Yeah.
Over there.
Okay, so you have,
Yeah, that's it, just to give you an update there.
okay. The next item is the activities in the industrial park. Greg, so I'll give you A through G.
Okay, status of the sale of dirt out of the future detention pond. We have negotiated with E-Controls, which is one of your developers that has purchased some property out there for approximately 5,500 cubic yards. So that agreement will be finalized. Item B, Quadvest construction of the roads to serve section 3. We still have rebel contractors out there doing the detention pond and ditch work. They are probably a third of the way filling the road beds, so once those road beds are filled, then we'll come back and authorize Quadvest to pay them. C, the plans and specs, authorize advertisement for bid relative to construction of roads to serve section 4. Those plans are at Montgomery County Engineering right now. We anticipate receiving the signed and approved plans in the middle of next week according to their office. Once that is done, we will go ahead and advertise that project for bid. Item D, status of plat of section 3 and 4. The plats typically are not, we do not record those plats until all of the plans are approved. So with the approval of these plans, we'll finalize these 2 plats and get them recorded. Item E, status of contract with Quadvest Construction for the wastewater lift station. That's the same as last month. They've got the wet well in, but we do not want to put any equipment on that site yet until the utilities are brought to it, just for that being an issue, a potential issue. Item F, the status of contract with Quadvest for water and wastewater collections to serve section 3. We had a pre-construction meeting on the 8th of July, and their notice to proceed will be issued on the 25th of July, and they will begin that work. Item G, status of contract with National Sign Company for installation on the sign on FM 1485. That site has been cleared, additional clearing has been completed, and they may be moving out to start work, national signs, as soon as tomorrow. They're ready to put that sign up. So we anticipate within the next couple of weeks that sign will be in place.
I have a question about that item. I need to wait until that.
No, go ahead.
Is that sign on 1485 going to be this, like the sign on 1314?
It'll look like that sign, it won't be as large.
And it'll be on,
It'll be raised up some because of just the way the ground.
I've been down that 1314, and to me, you can't even read what businesses are on 1314. I mean, I have, with my glasses, I got 20/20 vision, and when you drive through there, even if you park and stop and look at that sign, you cannot read what businesses are located in that park. I mean, there's just the plaques are.
I've had people ask me that, why John? I said, well, I think the big sign with the arrows, that's the purpose of it, really, more than the little signs. But I do, what he says is true. When you're out there, none of the little signs are even readable.
Yeah, those plaques, there was discussion about that when all of this was taking place. Generally, we can only put a certain size of a large sign out there. And we put as many within reason of the plaques for future development, existing and future development out there. So, you know,
I mean, the design
there's a trade-off of how many do we want on that
No,
sign.
I mean, let me know where the industrial park is fine, but the other things, to me, they're useless.
The longer the Woodmark, as an example, Woodmark, that you can see that sign fairly well. There's a few others out there that the longer the name of the company, the smaller the font of the sign. So I guess it's a.
I don't know whether we ought to redesign the sign or something.
I think it's, yeah, I think it's too late in the game to do that, but I do understand what you say, because you can't, I go by 4 times every day and you can't read them. Unless you were to pull down that street and actually stop right there. But the sign overall serves its purpose. It has the big arrow directing you to the industrial park.
Yeah, I agree with that, Rich. You just can't read what businesses are down there.
How much are those little signs a piece? Do you know what roughly? I was just curious.
Off the top of my head. But I think, if I remember right there, 24 by 36 aluminum plate. So I don't know what the cost was. Item H is not something I can provide.
right. Thank you. Does anybody else have any other questions for Bruce?
I've got a couple more on the end of that, if you want to
Okay.
jump over
Sure.
H through K.
Okay.
Item L, status of build design review of bids award contract relative to general ballistics project. That project, the DC is working with the architect right now. I think they're talking about one more meeting to finalize their floor plan and what needs to be done with that. We anticipate bidding that within the month, 3 or 4 weeks at least, so that we can get them into that facility as quickly as possible. And then M, the status of preparation for plans, bids, and award contract for the range used by police within the district. We're finalizing those plans. There's some things that we're working with Frank and some of the law enforcement NRA requirements to make sure that range is good for what its intended use is for our law enforcement. And that is, as far as items 9 goes, what I'm involved in.
If nobody has anything else? Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Okay, Frank, what's the rest of yours under that?
Number, nothing to report on the 20-acre tract for Command Energy on item H. Nothing to report on that. Keystone expansion project, you notice they do have a pad area to store additional product on. They've not started on building expansion yet. Item J, with the Tiro, we're still working with them in regards to moving the industrial park. The item K, in regards to General Ballistics, I have the executed lease from General Ballistics. Just need to go over and finalize a few things and get the they have one more meeting this week to have with the explosive expert in regards to, I think, position where the bunkers are going to be and stuff with the site, and then that should be finalized. And like Greg said, that should go out to bid probably within the next 30 days. So everything's moving along well with them, and that finishes up that category.
The next item is the status of the City of Splendor splash pad.
And with it, I know the area has been staked. There hasn't been any construction work done yet, and I know that the contractor has been coordinating with the city in regards to starting the water line that needs to be extended to the site. So I don't know that they've started that yet, but I know they've had discussions. So should see something going on in the next week or two.
Frank, we have received the executed lease and the easement, and some easement for recording, so we
Okay.
have we need from them.
Okay.
Thank you, David. The next item is the status of the splash pad in the City of Roman Forest.
And we don't have our final agreement done yet. We're still waiting on I think the legal from you guys, Greg.
Yeah, the legal is being prepared as to exactly where it's
Right.
located, working with the city of Rome, of course, on
Okay. And then once we have that, then David could finish up the agreement and we can get it to City of Roman Forest. Other things, just to make you aware, since the water connection is a little bit longer than the connection that we have, and hooking that into the filtration system, what we originally proposed was about 450,000. We might be 20 to 25,000 over there, just due to the long connection that's required for the filtration system of the water. So just to make you aware of that, we run into those issues, and might be able to recoup some of those costs as we proceed with some of the construction, but just wanted to make you aware of that item.
Okay. The next item is to consider the economic development projects, RREI.
REI, as you know, they're under construction now, located down just on 494, just north of Bruins. That's the Randall Reed Lube Center, and you'll see some of the concrete being poured and some of the plumbing that's now in the ground. So that's currently working forward, and that's under construction at this point.
Yeah, they had the groundbreaking, I think, 2 weeks ago.
Right.
I saw that, okay. And the Coles Smokehouse?
Coal Smokehouse is a project that has approached us in regards to expanding. With it, they're looking at putting in approximately about 15,000 square foot building, adding some additional employees, and our initial discussions with them resulted in providing about $20,000 in incentive funds to help them with the transition in the move and to accelerate that to get them there quicker. And then secondly, their agreement would also be hire a minimum of 30 employees. And with our agreement and our utilizing our funds, we require that first census of 30 employees to allocate at least 51% of them would have to be created from within the district. And once we have a 1295 to you guys executed, then we'll look at approving that at maybe a special meeting next week and get that done for them.
Okay. The next item is to consider the request from the Record Management Officer to destroy notes of the Board of Directors meetings from January 8th, 2015 through March 24th, 2016.
Since our records management officer is not here to sign the request, we defer that.
Yes, we will defer that item till next month. The next item is a resolution relative to the grant application process with the Governor's Office.
And this is a grant, a competitive grant that goes out statewide. We've been selected as a finalist without a resolution from you guys. We went ahead and sent it in. I think we sent it in the day after our last board meeting, and we forgot the resolution. So we need a resolution to apply for a grant for this program. What this program is through the Governor's Office. It allows organizations like ours to go out in the community and provide information to businesses looking to grow and expand about financial resources, about opportunities for growth expansion, and provides them information and the means of training that gives them resources for them to go out and look for financial assistance when they're looking to expand. With it, we have some matching funds. We would match the grant on a dollar per dollar basis. So we're just looking to get a resolution from you guys to apply for the grant. And now that we're finalists, we would like your permission to approve us applying for the grant.
So we need a motion.
I make a motion that we approve the resolution for the grant process.
I'll second that.
I have a motion by Director Martin, a second by Director Zapata. Is there any discussion? Okay, all in favor? Unanimous, thank you. Okay, the last item on the agenda is to consider matters for placement on future agendas.
I have a comment.
On kind of a discussion, I can do it here, huh?
Sure.
If everybody is not aware, EMCID normally supports the Donnie Click Foundation. It spoke to me about at their last event about the possibility of some board members next June helping them at their camp in Colorado. This year, they were actually short people to go and help. So I just wanted to put that out there for y'all to be in consideration if that is something you want to do. You know, it's for the wounded soldiers and stuff, so.
What's it called?
Donnie Click Foundation.
That would be a great item to put on our agenda.
The soldiers, they,
I think it is quick.
yeah. And I think the rate for suicides is 22 a day. There's never been anyone that's been to that camp that they've helped that's committed suicide. So it's a pretty good deal.
Definitely worth the cost. Thank you.
Yeah.
Anybody else?
We do need to try to get together next week if possible. We have a few items that we need to wrap up from this agenda as well as a few other things. And I just want to check with you with next Thursday afternoon or Thursday evening work better one way or the other.
Evening, I know I can always make it.
You think? Okay, good.
Evening is great.
So Thursday evening be good for everyone? I just want to check with you before we do that. And we'll get a workshop and a special meeting agenda out to you guys so we can go through some things. Okay?
Are you back earlier than 6? Or 6, earlier than 6:30?
5:30 because I am on that review board. At 5:30 would be great if we could do it at 5:30. If y'all wouldn't mind, would that be okay?
5:30 good?
No, but I got a busy schedule.
Say that again?
What did you say, Martin?
I can always go. Got a busy schedule.
Mark's busy.
No, I'm on a busy schedule.
Okay.
Okay.
5:30 next Thursday, all right?
Wonderful.
Okay, thank you all.
Okay. Is there anything else?
So if somebody get that reminder.
Yes. We'll get it. He will send a note.
I got the letter.
Thank you. Okay, if there's nothing else, we will adjourn at 8:35. Everybody be safe going home.